So with 5:12 to go here in the first quarter, we've got our first timeout. We're going to take a quick break, come right back. 11-5, Bulls leading the Wolves. Season premiere, East Coast Basketball League.
Timeout. While we're in timeout mode, we'd like to remind everyone that today's sponsors include Salem, Smiles, Orthodontics, Netcash.
All right, and welcome back. Here midway through the first quarter, the Bulls leading the Wolves 11-5. Desmond Johnson and Brett Wiseman here on the call on Netcast Sports. Bulls inbound. Shot attempt up and good by number 24, Berwin Bennett.
It was a well-designed play right under the inbounds right there. Notice the Wolves were playing off a little bit, way to attack. We got a foul here. Be 2 free throws.
The Wolves are from last year, and a lot of these faces are familiar from last year's roster that made it all the way to the ECBL championship game where they lost a great game against the primetime players that we had here on Netcast Sports. Predicted to do big things again this year in their second year of existence in the ECBL.
Yeah, as you said, one of the deeper, more talented teams in this league. The primetime players, definitely the class of the ECBL. And Winston-Salem really gave them a run for their money in their inaugural year last year, getting all the way to the championship game and almost stealing it.
Adams hits the second free throw, makes the score 13-6. Bulls in the lead.
A lot of breakdowns. Sorry, Desmond. A lot of breakdowns defensively so far for Winston-Salem. Rowan County's just getting to the basket way too easily.
They are having their way getting down into the paint. Wolves looking for something, anything to get a spark going. Towns off on the three-point shot. Bulls bring the ball back up court the other direction here.
Perfectly executed. Perfectly executed pick and pop that time. Call for the high ball screen.
That's a three by Berwin Bennett. Makes the score 18-6. 12-point lead opened up by the Wolves. By the Bulls, and they get the rebound. Acrobatic shot almost went in, and that was
close to being over the back.
Yeah, I think the refs might have missed that there with the lines in the middle of the court. Shots up no good. Rebounded by number 16, Mike Chambers.
That is not the shot you want for the Wolves. They're trying to get things going offensively. Can't be taking a shot like that. I know you're trying to get things going and you're trying to get the motor running, but a 30-foot shot is not the way to do it for sure.
3:43 to go here in the first quarter. A 12-point lead opened up by the Rowan County Bulls.
Super impressive first quarter here from the Bulls, who, as we said, have already got 2 games under their belt so far, so they're kind of using that experience factor against the Wolves, who are just playing their first game of the season so far. But it was expected, with the Wolves having a deeper bench, they're going to make things a track meet here today, but they haven't been able to do that so far because they haven't been able to hit shots.
Matt scramble for that rebound. Bulls recover. Wild shot, no good. Another offensive rebound, but that's thrown out of bounds. That's going to go to the Wolves.
Ball is tipped out of bounds by the Wolves.
Oh, no, excuse me. Bulls tipped that. So the Bulls will keep it here. Bulls setting up their play. We see a lot of this nowadays, Brett, where there's a lot of stretch action around the perimeter. As time expires on 24, shot clock had to force a shot, no good. The Wolves are running.
Yeah, you're right. You don't see a whole lot of low post play in this league. You saw it down there right off the inbounds, but there was only 12 on the shot clock at that time, so it was really the only option that the Bulls had on that possession.
Wolves just need to kind of settle in a little bit here.
Yeah, things seem a little frantic and very, very sloppy here to start for the Wolves.
Shot attempt no good. It's going to stay here with the Wolves. And the Bulls are going to sub 3 guys in and give the guys some breathers. 2:40 to go here in the first period.
It's exactly the start you want. If you're Rowan County, you're getting stops defensively. You're forcing Winston-Salem into some bad turnovers and some very inefficient possessions offensively, and you've been able to score some baskets on the other end.
And they're going to say that Chambers stepped on the line, so the Bulls are going to get this ball.
It was defended nicely right there, shielded to the baseline by the Rowan County defender who did a good job of sealing off the baseline.
Shot a little too strong, rebounded by the Wolves. They're going to run again. They don't have the numbers, though, but that ball's knocked out of bounds by the Wolves. I gotta say, I've been really impressed so far, Brett, with the rebounding of the Bulls. That's really what's pushed this lead out for them.
Yeah, not only are they getting stops, but they're not allowing the Wolves to get second and third chance opportunities. That's the key. You know, if they can get stops and get out with the basketball and prevent second and third chance opportunities with a shorter bench, they have a way to stay in this game.
Fulcher with the score. That's going to give the Wolves cut the lead to 10. Pretty move inside.
Well, nice move to go right through the double team. Nice drop step that time by Curry to work his way through a couple of defenders that time for the layup.
Lead back to 12, 20-8 your score. Bulls leading the Wolves. Shot short by Seth Hill. Stolen.
Great defense.
Yeah, great defense by Mike Chambers. He's going to push it up. They have the numbers. He's going to shoot a long three. That's no good, but rebounded by the Wolves. Another three-point attempt. No one out there.
And needed that big time shot that time. And again, that's going to be the key. If Rowan County can get stops, but if they can get rebounds as well, they'll stay in this game. If they can hit shots like that, they'll certainly stay in it.
Well, they definitely can't go pound for pound match up 3 for 3 as Berwin Bennett comes down and shoots another 3 to match what Fulcher just did on the other end. So the lead still remains 12. Another 3-point attempt, and now both teams starting to get a little hot here. Bobby Scriven with a 3.
It's like the Wolves are starting to find things offensively, and they've been trying to get it inside a lot here in this first quarter, but it looks like the answer might be ball moving around the perimeter, and three-pointers might be the move here.
Rebounded by the Wolves. Are on the run here. See if they can cut some more into this lead. 3-point attempt up, and good. And the Wolves have hit 3 3-pointers in a row.
That's one way to get back into the game real quick.
Mike Chambers for 3. 3 different Wolves hitting 3 different threes.
Trevor Chambers, one of the better shooters on the squad, who had a couple of air balls to begin his night. Really good to get himself going. And now another turnover.
Chambers on the layup, and good. Count the bucket and 1. And the Wolves are active and have cut this lead to 4, 23-19, with 16.7 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
Big run here this last couple of minutes here of the first quarter by the Wolves, and you can see they're doing things a lot differently. Not only are they more active defensively after they kind of laid back the first 10 minutes of that first quarter, they're also getting out in transition a lot better, realizing that they've got more speed and they've got a deeper bench than Rowan County. If they can get out in transition and hit baskets, the shots weren't falling, but they weren't necessarily bad shots early on. I think the Wolves knew once the shots started falling, once they got in a rhythm, they'd be fine.
Free throw attempt missed. Bulls get the possession. Up 4. Time running out here. I'm not sure if the Bulls are aware of it. And the clock's going to expire. Wolves make a quick run at the end of that first quarter, Brad. 23-19 is your score. At the end of the first. We're going to take a quick break since we'll wait for the second period to begin. You're watching East Coast Basketball League action here exclusively on netcastsports.com. You can also stream this live on Facebook Live, Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. We'll be back right after this. And welcome back to Forsyth Country Day School here in Louisville, North Carolina. Desmond Johnson, Brett Wiseman with you here on this ECBL broadcast brought to you exclusively by netcastsports.com. The Rowan County Bulls taking on the Winston-Salem Wolves. The Bulls with an early lead, 23-19. They were up by as many as 12 in that first quarter, Brett. But the Wolves took a run at the end of the first, cut the lead down to 4.
Yeah, the Wolves, first 10 minutes of that first quarter, this is their first game of the year. Rowan County's already got a couple under their belt here, but the Wolves certainly looked like they were trying to feel things out a little bit, find their rhythm, and the last 2 minutes of that first quarter, they're much more active with their hands and getting in passing lanes defensively, and much more active shooting the basketball as well. Chambers, he's found his rhythm now as well.
And that's the second three of the game for Mike Chambers.
And he missed his first two pretty badly, and they were pretty deep as well. He's starting to rein things in a little bit here, get better looks.
Wolves starting to settle down a little bit here. They've hit 4 threes in a row dating back to the end of the first quarter. Ball tipped. Bulls recover.
Here they come.
And that up and good by number 2, Avery Patterson.
Yeah, tough shot that time by Patterson. Had to fade, stay in the air a little bit to avoid the travel, and kiss it nicely off the backboard.
Number 9 for the Wolves, putting in work. Eleanor Banks has entered the game. Gets his first bucket. The lead is only 1. 10:48 to go here in the half. 25-24, Bulls clinging to a 1-point lead.
Great move that time in the post, able to use the body to his advantage. Another nice move by Patterson.
Contact but good by number 2, Patterson, who now has 8 in the game. Bulls get the turnover, try a quick 3, no good. Rebounded, put up, and still no good. 3 Wolves surrounding number 14, Curry, and that ball's going to stay here with the Bulls.
Curry's a one-man wrecking crew on that possession. Patterson missed the open 3. Curry missed the original putback. And then second putback was blocked, but the Bulls able to retain possession here with still plenty of time on the shot clock, 21 seconds.
So the lead is 3. The Bulls have led the entire game, led by as many as 12. Wolves have fought back. They've got numbers here on a steal. Chambers with the layup and in.
2 points for the Wolves.
And Chambers has Chambers has 10. 27-26.
And Chambers, as we've talked about, one of the leading scorers on this team. It's going to be important for him to get going, and he seems to certainly be in a rhythm now after missing his first few shots badly.
It took a minute for the Wolves to get kind of warmed up, get a lather going, Brett, because they were playing pretty sloppy in the first part of the first quarter, but then they saw the ball start to go through the hoop a couple times and got hot. That's going the other way. Offensive foul.
Now Patterson's going to argue his case that time, and it wasn't necessarily at the Winston-Salem defender, had to be set. Patterson dug his shoulder into the defender automatically. Whether you're set or not, that's a charge.
So the Wolves have a chance to take the lead for the first time tonight with 9:46 to go in the second quarter, down 27-26.
See defense really active on Chambers now as he's able to lose him, though.
Wow! Again, from South Carolina. Chambers with another 3. He's got 13. And the Wolves take their first lead of the game, 29-27.
We have a stoppage in play.
We got an injury here for Rowan County. It's like Isaac Carr was a little bit shaken up.
This is a timeout.
He was
Timeout by the Bulls.
Carr was holding his arm on that last foul call. Look, he was trying to almost nutmeg the Wolves defender in front of him. The ball got away from him, and almost like he hyperextended his arm, trying to go around the body of the Wolves defender. He stayed in for another play. And we're in a quick timeout here. Get you caught up on some scores from around the ECBL from earlier today. A final from earlier today, the Fire defeated the Crusaders 118-81 in ECBL hoops action. We'll try to get you some more scores here as they come in throughout this broadcast.
And the Bulls will inbound.
So the Bulls are down for the first time today. Desmond Johnson and Brett Wiseman here with you on the call. Bulls bringing the ball up the court. It's Ricky Clemens that passed that into the almost a double dribble there, but they're saying that the Wolves touched it. They're going to give a foul.
On number 13, Towns.
Terrence Towns gets his first.
Strong drive to the basket that time by Curry, who's just been all over the place here in the early going.
Curry at the line. Hits the first.
First attempt is good.
Second one good as well. And we got a tie score, 29 all, with 9:16 to go in the second quarter. Chambers has had the hot hand for the Wolves.
That was a heat check right there.
Yeah. Bulls try to push it up the court. Shot up and good. Nice little shot along the baseline by number 2, Avery Patterson.
Now you can see the Wolves really trying to extend the tempo here, but if they can't hit shots and they can't rebound, the tempo game's not really going to work. Nice pass down low.
The ball's going to stay here with the Bulls. Nice movement by Eric Mayo. Nice footwork in the paint, but just couldn't hold on to the ball.
That was a well-executed play. It was a touch pass from the wing there down low. Just weren't able to get the shot to go.
And Carr gets the layup.
Well, the Wolves have been good getting turnovers defensively. They have not been good down low in the low post, or they've allowed way too many easy baskets in the lane as Banks able to get that one to go.
33-31, the Bulls back in the lead by 2. Nice look and delivery scored by Eric Mayo. And the pace of this game has picked up considerably from the first couple of minutes of the game to now.
Certainly, and you'd think that'd be to the Wolves' advantage, but Rowan County's just doing such a good job of getting easy baskets. You know, to their credit for getting to the rim, but they're just able to get to the rim too easily. Tough shot that time by Towns.
Nice little Kobe turnaround there. Gives the Wolves 33, still down by 2. Curry's shot no good, rebounded by the Wolves.
Some good defense there from Towns.
Open 3 attempt. Bottom of the net, Chambers again. That's his third 3 of the game.
On fire so far.
And the Wolves take the lead back, 36-35. And all of a sudden, we've got a great one going on here in Louisville.
One thing for the Wolves here going forward, they've got to really extend out that defense. There's another basket in the paint.
It's getting physical down there too, Brad. We've seen a lot of contact.
A lot of contact. The refs seem to be letting a lot of that minor contact go, though, which is good for both squads. Can't let that go, though.
Bodies all over the floor on both sides. And we might have an injured Bull here, number 4 again.
You know, it was Isaac Carr who got banged up a few possessions ago when he got screened. Because now Seth Hill is going to make his way into the game, the 6'7" forward. My former boss at Dick's Sporting Goods.
Hey. 6:51 to go here in the second quarter. Long 3, no good by the Bulls, but rebounded by Curry. Put back no good. Fight for the ball. It's out of bounds. Going to stay here with the Bulls.
But Curry's just been a one-man wrecking crew, especially in the paint. Well, the Wolves have been good forcing turnovers on the outer, on the perimeter. They have not done a very good job down low in the paint. Rowan County just getting way too many easy baskets. I don't think we've got exact stats on how many points they've got in the paint, but that's where they've gotten the majority of their points so far.
Yeah, a lot of it's been down in the paint. They've been out-rebounding this Wolves team, which is pretty unique because this Wolves team is a pretty long team.
Right.
Shot no good by the Bulls, rebounded by the Bulls' Chambers, who's been all over the place this first half.
Well, that's the kind of shot the Wolves want the Bulls to take, but that's not the kind of possession the Wolves want.
Stolen by the Bulls, broken up defensively by the Wolves, and the Bulls bring it back out to set up their offense. And that's going to be a foul. It might be on Chambers.
I believe it is going to be.
Fouls on number 6. 16, Mike Chambers.
It is on Chambers. That's his first. Chambers already has 16 points in the first half. And
it's almost half the Wolves' points so far.
Yeah, but he's picked up 2 quick fouls here in the past 5 seconds. With 6:14 to go in the half.
Another good sign. Can't afford for your leading scorer to get in foul trouble, especially this early on.
And they were kind of silly fouls, too, especially that last one there. Probably could have let that one go.
Yeah, they were. They were pretty undisciplined, and now you're going to give them free throws.
I don't see coach for the Wolves looking to sub anybody in for Chambers. Well, there is someone at the bench to see who he comes in for here.
Yeah, he's
will be Chambers
now, yeah.
Yeah.
Good move.
6 minutes to go. He's already got 2 fouls. Kind of hate it because he was the hot hand for the Wolves.
You hate it, but he's your leading scorer. He's the guy that this offense kind of runs through as the point guard, and can't afford to have him get in foul trouble, especially this early on.
Both free throws good for Patterson. Patterson's having a great half himself. He's got 14 to lead the Bulls in scoring. Three-point lead by the visiting Bulls from Rowan County up on the Winston-Salem Wolves, last year's ECBL runner-up to the champion primetime players. And I'm sure the Wolves and the players will have a rivalry as they did last year as well. 2 of the better teams in the league last season.
Yeah, 2 of the best teams probably coming into this season. Certainly going to have some battles. The primetime players for the past few years have been the class of the league as Carr got the rebound, wasn't able to keep his foot in bounds.
So it's going to stay here with the Wolves.
Immediate timeout.
And we're going to take a quick timeout, come back for more ECBL action. 39-36 your score, the Bulls leading the Wolves.
Salem, smile.
And we're back, 5:50 to go here in the second quarter. Rowan County Bulls leading the Winston-Salem Wolves 39-36 ECBL basketball action. The season premiere on netcastsports.com. And for this particular broadcast, you can actually stream it live on Facebook Live, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. Desmond Johnson and Brett Wiseman here with you on the call tonight. Wolves have possession. Wild pass, corralled by Tim Hagee. He's going to have to take a shot. It's short. Bulls get the rebound. Bulls kick it out for 3. That's short. Wolves get it.
Well, that's the look you want if you're Rowan County. You've got to be able to hit that. And then a frustration foul there from Carr trying to get back defensively after missing an open shot.
Isaac Carr. That is his second.
That's Carr's second foul.
3rd team foul.
And that was on Hagee as he was trying to get across midcourt. So the Wolves down by 3. Shot no good by Hill. They're going to go the other direction here. The Bulls with the rebound.
It's a good look, though, by Hill. Once he gets things going, he is really hard to stop.
3-pointer, no good. Rebounded by the Wolves. The Wolves have gone cold ever since their leading scorer, Mike Chambers, had to go to the bench with 2 fouls. Wild pass, corralled by the Wolves.
Great play by Hill that time to save it. There's a wild pass on the drive. just decided a little bit late to kick that out and kind of threw the whole possession off, and now we get a turnover.
So the Bulls are going to take over with 4:42 to go here in the second quarter. Up by 3. Wolves have gone cold after they exploded here at the end of the first quarter into the second to pull themselves back from a 12-point deficit.
Great defense.
Ball stolen by the Wolves.
Seth Hill on the drive. No good. That's going to go another way.
Well, Hill couldn't quite tell who it was, had another Wolves player running down the opposite wing that time. Probably would have been the right decision to pass that one off, but instead he tried to do it himself. I think he was trying to draw a foul there, but great defense to play that straight up from Rowan County.
Good pass into the paint.
Tough
and
shot.
Rewarded, yeah. Number 24 for the Bulls, Berwin Bennett.
Singleton controls the ball.
Scores, and that's going to put the Bulls up 41-36. They've opened back up a 5-point lead. 3-pointer no good by the Wolves.
By Singleton. Bulls rebound, and here they come.
Bulls probing this defense, looking to get a bucket quickly.
Good on-ball defense that time by Hill.
A foul before the shot. I think that's going to be on Tim Hagee.
Committed by
Yeah, Hagee definitely the mismatch in that scenario. Tried to go over the back and pop that ball free. The right play, but unable to get it done.
And looks like the Bulls are going to be shooting free throws. At the line is number 50, Eric Mayo. And first free throw is good.
Bobby Scribner checks in for the Wolves. Tim Hagee will.
Bobby Scribbins coming in for the Wolves for Tim Hagee to give him a breather. Pretty sure, Brett, we've seen the last of Mike Chambers for this half.
Yeah, one would think, especially this late in the second quarter, you think you'd want to save him for the second half, especially with those 2 fouls.
Mayo hits both free throws and extends the lead to 43-36. So you got to wonder where the scoring is going to come from this Wolves offense with their leading scorer, Mike Chambers, who's already hit 4 3-pointers in this game already, with him sitting on the bench with 2 fouls.
Yeah, certainly going to have to find the offense from somewhere else. And another turnover forced here by this relentless defense we've seen so far from the Bulls.
We've seen a lot of turnovers down there on that baseline. A couple of times people have stepped on it.
Yeah, well, it looks like the Wolves in their half-court sets are kind of passing or dribbling themselves into submission. They're getting into the dead zone over there, right there in the corner, where things usually tend to fall down offensively on a possession, and then it leads back up to 9.
And that was a pretty shot by number 23 for the Bulls. 3 minutes to go here in the half. Oh, and up and good.
Drops the hammers.
Goodness gracious.
That may get the momentum back for the Wolves right there.
Down the paint. A little unexpected, too. He just kind of rose over everybody. 3, too much. Wolves with the rebound. They've got the numbers.
Bobby Scribner.
Well, Scribbins had the lob. Luckily, there to clean it up.
Towns with another bucket. He scored 4 points here in the last 2 possessions. Cuts the lead to 5 for the Bulls. We've got another final here in the ECBL here. The Thunder winning big over the Tribe. 148-90 is the score there.
Nice stretch pass. Oh, goodness.
And that could have been dangerous.
That
there.
was a potentially dangerous play that time. Coming from behind, it looked like it was Mayo. He was just trying to make a play on the basketball. Inadvertent contact for sure, but and now we've got some words between Mayo and Wolves. I think took exception to that play as he went low.
Yeah, he undercut him as he was trying to gather the ball. Now Towns, to his defense, he walked away from everything. It was some of his teammates that were trying to come to his defense that were talking.
That certainly didn't look intentional by any means.
Yeah, not at all. It was like they just both slipped. But
yeah, and we've seen a few guys slip here early, not necessarily hit the ground, but we've seen a few guys lose their footing, to an extent. The floor's pretty slick. Saw a lot of guys in warm-ups or about an hour before the game here when the Wolves were running through some of their offensive sets, having trouble staying on their feet.
So Towns is going to go to the line to shoot free throws here with 2:09 to go in the second quarter. The lefty misses the first. He's got 6 points in the quarter. They'll try to get the lead to 4 here with a made free throw. And too strong on the second. Another player falling down at this end of the court.
Bodies are flying all over the place here in this first half.
Meanwhile, down the other direction, number 24 for the Bulls, Berwin Bennett scores and extends the lead.
Good trap there.
Bennett's got
and they forced
12.
a turnover off of it.
Pass a little too high for Banks. Goes out of bounds.
Scrivens looked to get a little flustered right there. Don't think he saw the trap coming. It was perfectly executed by Rowan County. They forced a cross-court pass out of the reach of the Wolves player there.
The Wolves have like a 16-man roster. The Bulls came in tonight with about 8 guys in uniform. So you would think eventually over time the law of averages would suggest that these Wolves could actually wear down these Bulls, but the Bulls are playing with a lot of energy. It's early in the season, so that might not hold true.
Yeah, it's one thing I tried to touch on early on was, the as you said, the depth factor and why the Wolves would want to get out in transition and try to turn this into a track meet. But Rowan County's done a great job there of getting into half-court sets and getting buckets like that.
Once again, 49-40 is your score now as the Bulls open up a 9-point lead. Behind the back,
another turnover.
Bulls on the run, layup, no good.
Deontay Adams on the rebound.
Wolves looking to run. They've got some numbers. Fulcher's going to step into a 3.
This one. Nope.
No good. Behind the back pass to Banks.
That's a great pass.
And
nice finish by Banks, too.
Banks on the bank shot.
Banks has 6 in the quarter. And the score's 49-42.
Eleanor Banks.
Stolen by the Bulls. The Bulls going to shoot. No good again. Wolves have it.
Patterson looking for a foul that time. Not going to get the call. We're going to get a timeout now.
And a stop and play. I don't think you can call a timeout like that, but they grants it here. The Wolves are on a fast break.
Technical foul on the bench.
And a technical foul has been called on the Wolves.
On the Wolves, I believe, here.
Timeout. I thought it was a foul.
No.
Timeout.
Okay, timeout. Okay. So we got timeout. So the Wolves called the timeout, which is a bit odd because they were in the middle of a fast break when the timeout was called. 44 seconds here in the second quarter. 49-42 is your score. The Bulls leading the Wolves in the season premiere here at Netcast Sports.
Yeah, David Solomon looked pretty adamant that he indeed called timeout.
Yeah, he did. So Coach Solomon looking to calm his team down a little bit here.
And they've gotten back to getting a little frantic offensively.
Yeah, we thought they'd hit their groove there at the end of the first quarter.
It certainly looked like they had, Desmond.
But again, with their leading scorer, Mike Chambers, getting in foul trouble and having to sit about halfway through the second quarter, it got kind of frantic again for Coach Solomon's Wolves. And the Bulls have just been pretty persistent throughout this entire matchup, dominating the boards and taking the shots that the Wolves give them.
And the Wolves have given them some pretty easy looks, especially in the paint. That's where the majority of the Bulls' points have come. And if they're going to get that all day, they'll live and die by that, especially with the shorter bench.
So it's going to be Wolves ball. Bobby Scriven's going to inbound this to Kadir Fulcher. Towns trying to work towards the paint. He's going to get called. He's going to draw a foul.
On number 0, Ricky Clemens.
Clemens from the Bulls is going to get called for that. We got some more finals coming in from around the league here. The Cavs defeat the Hoops 113-94. Primetime Players defeat the Upstate Redhawks 151-109. The defending champion Primetime Players, I should add. And as mentioned before, the Thunder defeat the Tribe 148-90. Meanwhile, Towns hits the free throw.
And Towns converts 102.
And the Wolves find themselves down by 6 with 23 seconds to go here in the half.
A stop would be big here for the Wolves defensively here to end the half.
Three-point attempt, no good.
Wolves on the miss.
Wolves
Got time here,
correct.
10 seconds.
They've got some time. Towns drives the baseline, tries to go under. No good.
That was not the right play at all.
And the Bulls are going to shoot a three.
And that is the end of the
And they had time to get down there for a layup.
They did. Patterson chose to kick it out, though.
The Winston-Salem Wolves.
So at the end of the first half, the Rowan County Bulls leading the Winston-Salem Wolves 49-43. We're going to take a break for halftime. When we return, second half action right here on netcastsports.com. You are watching East Coast Basketball League action. The Winston-Salem Wolves taking on the Rowan County Bulls.
Hot dogs and second half, where the
And welcome back to Forsyth Country Day School here in Louisville, North Carolina. ECBL basketball action between the Rowan County Bulls and the Winston-Salem Wolves. The Bulls leading 49-43. Desmond Johnson and Brett Wiseman here on the call for you. Wanted to run down a couple of ECBL scores from earlier today before we get going here as the third quarter is about to begin. Cavs defeat the Hoops 113-94. The primetime players defeat the Redhawks 151-109. The Thunder defeat the Tribe 148-190. And Hampton Road Warriors defeat the Panthers 118-105. That score just came in 5 minutes ago here from ECBL. And you can follow ECBL on Twitter at ECBL Hoops. You get all the latest scores and updates.
Not to start to the second half that the Wolves wanted right there after seeming to find their rhythm there the last half, or the last couple of minutes of their first quarter, and for most of that second quarter, able to get themselves back in a game that they trailed double digits of for most of that first quarter.
3-point attempt no good, but the putback good. 51-43 is your score. Wolves scramble in the paint, lose the ball. Bulls have got the numbers, but the Wolves get back quickly on defense and steal the ball.
Well, great job of reading the passing lane that time.
Shot along the baseline, no good for the Wolves. We got a whistle here. Foul on the floor. Looks like that's going to go against number 50, Eric Mayo.
Yeah, it's going to be on Mayo with a loose ball foul. Looked like he had hooked the Wolves player there.
Chambers back in the game, had to sit early in the second quarter. He was on fire when he left the game.
Yeah, got into foul trouble with a couple of silly fouls.
Shot short by Adams.
Yeah, not a good shot that time by Adams.
Errant pass, but actually works out to
right
the
on target,
favor.
actually. He led him right to the basket.
Another steal by the Bulls.
And that was a three-pointer by number 0, Ricky Clemens.
Clemens gets on the board as well.
Largest lead of the game now for the Bulls, up to 13.
56-43 is our score here. 3-point attempt, no good. Tipped out. Wolves recover.
Regain the rebound.
There you go.
For the three.
That was Chambers with his 5th three of the game.
Well, it looked like the rhythm that the Wolves once had certainly gone by the wayside here. Much like the first half began, the second half going much the same in terms of some sloppy possessions offensively and some lackadaisical defense and a lot of turnovers.
Timeout Wolves.
Looks like we got a timeout on the floor. Don't think the Wolves called a timeout. We'll take a break here, too. 10:43 to go here in the third quarter. 56-46, Bulls leading the Wolves. Welcome back. Bulls inbound the ball here, leading 56-46. Desmond Johnson and Brett Wiseman on the call for you here with netcastsports.com. And the Bulls throw it away.
It's one thing the Wolves were doing really, really well in the back half of the first quarter, and early on in that second quarter, we're getting active in the passing lanes and forcing a lot of turnovers. Able to do so again there. Going to have to do a lot more of that if they want to get back into this game.
Wolves swinging it around. Chambers going to take a long three. And that's money.
This guy can't miss right now, Des.
Jeez, it's a 6-3 of the game. Second of the third quarter, and he's keeping the Wolves in this game, 56-49.
pretty much single-handedly at this point.
He's got 22 points.
It'll take a much better defensive effort from everybody if they want to get back in this thing.
And that shot is good by Avery Patterson. Chambers is going to shoot again. A heat check. Almost got that one too.
He almost got it. Looking for a foul too. He got bumped a little bit.
Wild pass. That's going to go to the Wolves. It touched 3 guys on its way out of bounds.
Chambers did a nice job of getting a hand on it to begin with, and then not sure who that was for Rowan County that got a hand on it before it went out of bounds.
A lot of contact there, no whistle. Bulls come out of there with it.
As we said, the officials are letting a lot of the more minor things go here, which is good for both these teams, especially for the Wolves that want to get out and run.
Here comes Towns.
Towns gets around one defender, gets fouled by the second. He's going to go to the line.
Foul was on the Bulls by number 0, Ricky Clemens.
Ricky Clemens called for the foul. Foul number 2 for the Bulls.
Yeah, we've seen Towns in attack mode most of this ball game, and then that second quarter had the big-time dunk.
9:07 to go here in the third quarter. Free throw good by Cordarius Towns, who's having a pretty good game himself. He's got 11 points so far, including that exclamation point dunk you talked about from the first half. Second shot good as well. And the Wolves cut the lead down to 7. They've been down by as many as 13 in this contest. And that's going to stay on the floor here.
They're going to get Towns.
Foul was on number 13, Cordarius Towns.
Towns is going to pick up his second foul.
Take it out of bounds. Antonio Robinson on the deflection.
Robinson, a good job defensively that time, just not able to corral it.
Bulls looking to add to their lead. Tip no good. Wolves on the run.
Nice pass. Well defended, though.
Chambers wide open for 3.
There you
another
go.
one.
Chambers!
He's got 7 threes in the game. The lead is back down to 4. 58-54.
Chambers cuts into a 4-point game.
Pretty much single-handedly keeping the Wolves in this basketball game.
He really is. He's got 24 already, 25 already. Quick 3.
Tim Hagee on the 3.
They drew the foul, though.
But he was fouled on the shot.
He's going to get 3 free throws.
On the Bulls.
Mayo with the foul.
Hagee will shoot 3. And that was Mayo's 4th.
So Hagee's going to go to the line here for the Wolves with an opportunity to cut this lead to 1 with 8:17 to go in the third quarter.
Boy, would have had an opportunity to tie it had the rim been a little bit more kind to him there.
Hagee's first shot good.
Be important for him to get things going as well. If you can get Hagee and Chambers and that guard tandem that we saw a lot of parts of last season, get them going. This team's hard to stop.
He's been active during this game, especially with his defense. But
Absolutely.
You're right. Yeah, if he can get his shot going. Second shot good as well.
Yeah, it's important for the Wolves in terms of trying to make this a track meet, especially with the depth factor in play. If they can get those 2 guards running out in transition, making things happen not only with the ball but also without the basketball, moving the basketball around, facilitating things offensively, that's how the Wolves can really get things going and start to run away with this thing.
Hagee hits all 3 of his free throws. And the lead is 1. 58-57. Bulls clinging to a 1-point lead over the Wolves. 3-point attempt. No good. Wolves have the rebound.
Here come the Wolves.
Hagee brings up the ball.
Nice pass.
And the Wolves take the lead.
Excellent assist
Cordarius Towns.
by Antonio Robinson.
That was a great pass by Robinson to Towns, able to look off the defender with the head fake and drop it off to Towns.
The Wolves are taking the lead, 59-58 with 7:52 to go here in the third quarter. We'll be back right after this ECBL action on Netcast Sports.
Remember, everyone, the concession stand will be open till about midnight.
And welcome back here. 59-58 is the score. 7:47 to go here in the third quarter. Stolen by the Wolves. And a quick foul to prevent a fast break opportunity. That's going to stop play.
Clear path foul.
That should be a clear path foul. At least it looked like it. That rule is in play in the ECBL.
It did look like one. Wolves are going to inbound it here on the sideline.
Didn't look like there was anybody ahead of him, but just a common foul.
Chambers from deep.
From a different area. My goodness.
Wow. Mike Chambers. He was not on this team last year, and I'm assuming the Wolves wish he was.
They certainly do.
He's hit 8 3-pointers in this contest.
A lot of other teams around the league might wish they had him too.
In the third quarter.
Immediately fouled.
Wolves
Wow.
have certainly picked up the intensity here, and Chambers has put the entire team on his back.
Chambers might not be with the Wolves for very long with performances like this. My gosh.
It's odd, he doesn't even have the same jersey as everybody else does.
No, I believe he's in a practice jersey, actually.
Yeah, he is.
They had to scramble to find one for him. And he got in foul trouble earlier in the first half, had to sit through most of the second, or he might be knocking on 40 at this point.
Yeah,
Wow.
because he earned himself a legit jersey tonight, I guess.
He's got 28 points
My goodness.
with 7:19 to go in the third quarter. 8 threes. Free throw good for Tim Hagee.
Well, that's the thing a lot of people don't notice about this league, Des, is that there's a lot of elite offense and a lot of elite scorers individually in this league. You see a lot of 40, 50, even 60-point scores, single player scores.
Chambers has made a mark for himself in his first game as Hagee hits the second. Definitely one to look out for throughout this season.
Wolves
He
can
can
keep up the pressure defensively as well. Extending that pressure out full court.
Bulls missed the 10-foot or 8-footer. Wolves come out of it.
Wolves doing a much better job rebounding here in the second half.
Hagee drives. No good. Towns get the rebound. And it's knocked out of his hands. It's going to stay here.
Ball was knocked out of bounds by the Bulls.
A strong rebound by Towns that time, but a good recovery defensively by Stephen Higgins.
And it
Put
looks
the ball away.
And it looks like Coach Solomon for the Wolves has kind of tightened up his rotation here in the second half. I don't think he's really made any substitutions with 6:52 to go.
Yeah, some substitutions were pretty much wholesale there in that first half, and a late whistle that time.
It looked like Chambers blocked it, but let's see who they give that foul to.
Yeah, the Wolves bench is pretty adamant that was all ball, but I don't know. There were two guys down there.
And
Not sure who they got for the foul.
Mike Chambers.
Yeah,
They got Chambers.
So that's Chambers' third.
Nobody at the table, though, so
Patterson hits his first free throw.
Coach Solomon looks content to leave him in there for the time being.
I think he's okay for now. Obviously, if he gets a fourth foul, then they're going to have some decisions to make.
Right.
But every time the Wolves have made a run today, it's been with Chambers on the floor, so I
Right.
can see Solomon being reluctant to take him out.
Nice drive, baseline.
Hagee with the rebound, put back and good.
Well, that was a beautiful play where Chambers really used himself as a decoy, where he acted like he was going to get the kick out on the three and then kind of sealed off the baseline for the layup attempt, which was missed, but Curry, Johnny on the spot on the rebound.
So 66-60 is the score. Wolves leading by 6. Dunk attempt, but Towns is fouled.
The rim, but he got fouled by number 24, Bennett.
And so Berwin Bennett stops the dunk attempt by Woods.
Well, this is the kind of
Towns,
thing. Excuse me, Des. This is the kind of thing that we've been looking for the Wolves to get out and do most of this game in terms of using the depth factor, getting out in transition, and trying to wear this Rowan County team down. You see the last few possessions now where the Wolves have been able to get the rebound, push the ball up the floor immediately, and get a basket or get fouled.
Free throw good by Towns. He's got 15 so far in this contest. Second free throw, no good. Bulls get the rebound.
Bulls on the bench. Rebound.
Chambers snatches the rebound away from a Bulls defender. Tries to get it up court to Hagee, but it's knocked out of the air.
That's a big-time turnover that time, and a bit of a momentum now for Rowan County to get that big three from Patterson.
Patterson with a three, and they needed it. The lead now 4 for the Wolves, 67-63. Errant pass knocked out of the way. Bulls drive it ahead. Patterson's going to shoot another three. This time no good, but rebounded by the Bulls. Isaac Carr pulls it out.
Big time shot that time by Carr. Now the Bulls are right back in this thing again.
Isaac Carr.
Another three. Carr with the three. And the lead is now 1. Back and forth game here between the Wolves and the Bulls in our season premiere ECBL basketball.
Look out. Oh, goodness.
Towns was looking to take some bodies with him. He gets fouled on the way up with 5:08 to go.
Foul number 24.
Towns has just been in attack mode his entire time.
He really has.
That will be a media timeout. Media timeout. We have a 1-point game. This game
And we're going to take another quick timeout. Great game so far. Wolves leading the Bulls 67-66 with 5:08 to go in the third. We're watching Netcast Sports exclusive coverage of ECBL basketball.
Ladies and gentlemen, today's game is being brought to you by our sponsors. They include Salem Smiles Orthodontics, Netcast Sports Network, Champion Apparel, and Sports Carolina Waffles. You can also hear a live Saturday show every Saturday, 12 to noon, The Rundown, Dennis Johnson, where you can find me, Rod Over there, talking about sports.
All right, 5:08 to go here in the third quarter. Desmond Johnson and Brett Wiseman here with you in Louisville, home of the Winston-Salem Wolves, holding on to a 1-point lead against the visiting Rowan County Bulls. You're watching exclusive coverage of ECBL basketball regular season action here on Netcast Sports. Cordarius Towns hits the first free throw. And Brett Towns has shown a lot today, too. He's the second leading scorer right now for the Wolves behind the hot hand of Mike Chambers.
Yeah, Towns has certainly shown a lot as well, and makes his, I believe, his first 2 free throws of the game there. He's been able to get to the line a lot today, hasn't been able to convert, but those are 2 big free throws for him as he's really been in attack mode, both down low and at the high elbow.
And Patterson lowers his shoulder, gets some room, and scores to bring the lead back to 1 for the Wolves. Donner Banks with the ball.
The defense really trying to step out on Chambers and now on Towns as well.
Towns is going to drive, spins around.
A tough shot.
No good. Tipped out by the Bulls. They do recover. Patterson with a long three. Wow. Bottom of the net. He did that in rhythm.
Beautiful shot that time from Patterson, and a big shot as well as Rowan County goes back in front by 2.
A back and forth game here. Both teams have had the lead. Scriven tries the three, no good.
Missed by the Wolves. Bulls control the rebound.
Carr stops for a three himself. That rolls out.
3-pointer missed by the Bulls, and Chambers controls the rebound.
Chambers is going to get fouled. A silly foul way in the backcourt.
Yeah, not a good foul that time. I understand the approach of trying to pressure the basketball, especially against, a guy who's been absolutely on fire in this game, but you can't make a play like that in the backcourt and then give him 2 easy free throws.
So Chambers, who's had the hot hand tonight, leads all scorers with 28. He's hit 8 threes. He's only had 2 2-point field goal attempts. He's hit them both. Misses the free throw, of course, so I jinxed him. Talking about him there.
The announcer's jinx is real, ladies and gentlemen.
It is definitely real. I subscribe to it for sure. Chambers hits the second. He's got 29.
Vulture's going to come get him here.
He needs a breather here.
Breather for sure.
Imagine he's going to run most of the fourth. He's got 3 fouls, so Coach Solomon gets him out of there before he picks up a cheap fourth going into the fourth quarter. 3-point attempt, no good by the Bulls. Fight for the rebound. Carr gets it, puts it up and in.
And they convert on the putback.
Carr has 10 himself for the Bulls.
Big third quarter for him as most of his points have come here in the third.
Banks looks around, decides to shoot a 3. That's no good. Tipped out.
That's not the shot you want from him.
Carr pushes it ahead. Patterson's going to shoot another 3, and he hit that one too.
Patterson starting to heat up himself here as well in this third quarter.
76-70. The Bulls will open up a 6-point lead. Banks with a spin move. Nice move.
That's the kind of move you want out of a guy like Banks, able to use his size and his skill down low.
Banks has 8. Patterson, another 3. And Patterson is heating up.
And the Bulls extend the lead.
That is the big 3 in a row from him now. That one with a hand in his face, no problem.
Patterson has 27 himself.
Banks on the miss, but the Bulls get the rebound.
No good by the Wolves. Bulls recover. Carr out ahead of the pack. Well,
Beautiful little hesitation move that time.
And number 4, Isaac Carr.
And the Bulls have found some new life here. Got a second win, and they're up now by 9, 81-72. 3-point
That's a big shot.
And that's a 3 by
that was
Bobby Scriven.
Big time shot that time by Scrivens.
Scriven gives him much needed points to break that run by the Wolves that put them up. I mean, excuse me, by the Bulls that had put them up. Lead is now 6, 2:04 to go. A lot of back and forth action. Both teams have led in this game.
There's another easy bucket that time.
Basket for the Bulls.
That was Steven Higgins who just ran the baseline basically and was left uncovered. 83-75 is your score.
And that's not a play that's usually too hard to defend, but when it's well executed like that.
Foul on number 23, DJ Black.
That's going to be a foul on the Bulls. Zalmer Banks is going to go to the line. A key member of last year's runner-up in the ECBL League, Zalmer Banks, back for another season. He hits the free throw. Banks having a solid game tonight himself. He's got 9.
And look for his presence to really cement itself here in this fourth quarter, especially on the glass.
Turn around, jumping, no good.
Chambers back in the game.
What a pass!
Nice pass to
My
Banks.
goodness!
Almost Pat Mahomes-like.
Well, really almost sidearmed it. And it was right on the money, too.
Banks puts it in and cuts the lead to 4. 83-79. 1:13 to go here in the third quarter. Carr's going to shoot a 3.
Oh, the step back.
We've got a game, ladies and gentlemen. Both teams getting hot here.
Bobby Scrivens on the 3.
Scrivens got a rusting answer right there.
Carr again. No good.
Strong defense by Chambers, but
Ripped out. Refs didn't call anything. 3-point attempt good.
And the 3-pointer
By Berwin Bennett.
By number 24, Bennett of the Rowan County Bulls.
double-digit lead again now.
89-79. Chambers has the ball at the top towards the middle logo. Looks like he's looking for some space here.
Yeah, he's looking for somewhere to go
He was
with
going to
it.
shoot at 3, but he thought against it. Acrobatic shot, no good.
Good defense.
Bulls gets the ball back.
Bulls have 20 seconds on the clock. Shot clock is off.
Great block.
Blocked by the Wolves.
Wolves have some time. On the back.
Slow down here. Maybe not.
Scrivens all the way.
Scriven get some points before the end of the half, or quarter, excuse me.
That's a silly foul.
Did they call a foul there?
Yeah,
And
they
a
teed him up.
I think they called a tech on Chambers.
I couldn't quite tell if they got him for a foul. Looked like a pretty clear foul.
16 with a foul, and number 16, Mike Chambers, also with a technical.
Yep, I believe they did get him for the bump, and then they got him for the technical.
That's 5.
Yep. And that's 2 personals right there, back to back.
That is 5 on Chambers, and not sure if they do 5 or 6 fouls in the ECBL.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's got one more. There's 6 fouls here at ECBL. Chambers has 5 with that technical call. As we get ready for the fourth quarter, give you a rundown of some of the scores across the league today. Hampton Roads defeats the Panthers 118-105. The Cavs defeat the Hoops 113-94. Primetime players, big winners over the Redhawks 151-109. The Thunder win big over the Tribe 148-90. And our score here in the nightcap here, 89-81, Rowan County Bulls leading the Winston-Salem Wolves. The Fire earlier today defeated the Crusaders 118-81. Meanwhile, Carr misses the first of the technical foul shots.
Both these are untimed.
Hits the second.
Carr, he converts on the second. So he hits 1 of 2.
Really give the Bulls a 9-point lead here. Going into the fourth.
Fourth and final quarter. This is the end of the third quarter where the home team, the Winston-Salem Wolves, are down by 9 points to the Rowan County Bulls by a score of 90-81. This will be the money quarter. Today's game is being broadcast live on netcastsports.com.
So down by 9, the Wolves in their home opener.
Tomorrow the Wolves will travel
90-81 is your score. In case you just joined us, Desmond Johnson and Brett Wiseman here on the call in beautiful Louisville, North Carolina, home of the Forsyth Country Day Furies, also the home court of the Winston-Salem Wolves. Leading scorer in the game, Mike Chambers, got teed up with a technical foul right at the end of the third quarter.
It was a silly foul and even a sillier technical from a guy that's really carried this offense pretty much single-handedly most of this game.
He's still in, too, at the start of the fourth quarter here.
He's got one foul to play with here. Got to be careful.
Down there in the paint, battling around.
Failure to box out that time by the Wolves.
Long three-point attempt. No good from Antonio Robinson.
Good shot. It was an open shot, just not able to hit it.
So we get started here in the fourth quarter. Wolves need to come back down by 11.
We have to force some turnovers like they were doing earlier on back in the second and through that third quarter. The 2 or 3 times that the Wolves have gone on pretty big runs, they've been able to force turnovers and get out in transition. And, you know, once Rowan County starts to slow the game down, it gets a lot tougher for the Wolves.
And we've seen a lot of this lately as the Wolves errant pass, and that's going to go out of bounds back to the Bulls. A lot of long-distance threes, and it's not just the ECBL. We see it in all levels of basketball now. I call it the Steph Curry effect, where literally the game has changed from inside out to outside in.
Right.
Where you've got teams nowadays where are playing just straight small ball with everybody around the perimeter.
Yep. And in this league, especially because you get to play with the shorter three-point line in most of these gyms.
Yeah. And even with that, you've got guys taking 27-foot three-pointers.
Right.
Towns on the rebound.
Towns might have had that deflected.
Yeah, it looked like it was blocked. Curry, fortunately, there to clean it up.
Hagee has 9. Another long three, no good.
And here go the Wolves again. This is going to be the key going forward here, Des, that they're going to come back in this game again. The few times they've made those big runs, they've been able to get rebounds, get out in transition, and get buckets.
Hagee spins.
Tough shot. My goodness.
He's feeling it. He was feeling that before it left his hand.
Well, that's what we said. He's got to get going at the tandem here with Chambers. Once they get that guard tandem going.
Bulls go to the hole strong. Can't convert. And here come the Wolves.
And left alone, Towns in the paint, but he gets blocked.
Great recovery that time.
Towns shot is blocked. Here come the Bulls.
the Bulls come the other direction here.
Offensive rebound, Bulls.
That's how the Bulls are going to keep this lead here. If they slow things down, chew some clock, and they're able to get some offensive rebounds, extend possessions, that's going to be the key.
The Bulls almost playing as if they're playing from behind with their frantic play here. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Patterson has to throw one up. No good.
No good. Here comes Antonio Robinson.
Robinson leads the break.
Nice play.
Now it's Kenny Lemon on that dunk.
Bulls call timeout. Remember, don't forget
And the lead has been cut back down to 5 in a game of swings back and forth between both of these teams.
Dip, hot dog, and everything tasty. And don't forget to get you a nice cold beverage to wash it all down.
So 8:57 to go here in the game. The Wolves in their home opener find themselves down by 5 to the Rowan County Bulls, who have a roster about half the size of the Winston-Salem Wolves. However, they've been running at a frantic pace. 92 points already scored here in this game. And maybe if the Wolves thought they were going to wear this team down, that hasn't really been the case, as Coach Solomon has settled on a smaller rotation in the second half. He hasn't really made any substitutions at all.
He hasn't really had to. You know, the group on the floor has been playing pretty well as of late, and another turnover they're able to force there. Here he comes.
Towns scooped it, almost got it. Fight for the rebound. Hagee gets it. That rolls out. Hagee gets it again. Another miss. Oh, boy. Miss. Somehow the Wolves come back out of it again. Towns, and finally a foul.
I feel like the officials, they felt like they had to blow the whistle at some point.
It seemed like the refs were just watching the game too there for a little bit. Great effort by the Wolves to keep that ball active. And right now you're going to have Towns going to the free throw line with a chance to cut this lead to 3. Misses the first.
Misses the first.
And the lefty hits the second. Lead cut to 4, 92-88 with 8:29 to go in the game. Bulls in the lead.
With 8.5 minutes left in the ball game.
The Bulls have kind of settled on a 5-man team to run with as well. They haven't really subbed either.
Yeah, that being said, they don't really have a whole lot of guys to sub in either. Now, the turnover, Chambers couldn't hold on to it.
A little too far ahead of him to corral, and they turn the ball over. There's been a lot of sloppy turnovers in this game from both teams. We'll see who can come out on top here with about 8 minutes to go in this game. You are watching exclusive ECBL basketball action on Netcast Sports.
Patterson on the miss.
Patterson misses the 3.
They've been hot his last few.
Hagee drives quickly inside and gets a nice layup.
To make it a 2-point game.
Again, and I know I probably sound like a broken record at this point, but that's what you're going to have to do with the Wolves, especially at this point in the game. If you're able to get out in transition and make plays like that, Rowan County, especially with the same rotation they have in, going to try and wear him down as Patterson finds it again.
Can't leave him open as Patterson hits another 3. Extends the lead to 5, 95-90.
You got to admire the stamina from these Rowan County guys with only 8 on the trip here.
Finishes the play.
Patterson has 30. (95-92). Bulls still leading by 3. And that's going to be a charge. That was an easy call for the ref.
Yep.
Curry just lowered his shoulder and just went for it. Risked it all and got a foul for his efforts. So the Wolves trying to get back over that hump again. They've been down a couple of times in this game. They've led a couple of times in this game as well.
Been pretty back and forth, especially here in the second half. We've seen both teams, especially Rowan County, kind of get out to a couple of big leads and then kind of cough it up.
Quick 3 by Hagee. Might have wanted to have a second chance on that shot.
Yeah, jumped the gun a little bit that time, early in the shot clock too.
Bulls have it. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Long three-point attempt. In and out. Chambers with the rebound. He's going to throw it down court to Towns.
Nice play.
He's fouled.
It's the right play by Chambers. Get the head man look there. Draw the foul.
Foul on number.
And that was Kenny Lemon, that was down there at the end. And he'll go to the line here. A newcomer to the Winston-Salem Wolves, was not on the roster last year for the ECBL runner-up. Hits the first. Lead is down to 2.
Lemon has 1 shot remaining.
A couple of big free throws here for Lemon. And I'd expect the Wolves to add some pressure here defensively. Here we go.
Hits the second.
A little bit of half-court pressure. They'll back off of it now.
Lead is 1.
Going to extend out on Patterson. Good defense.
Shot was altered.
Bulls missed a shot. Lemon on the rebound.
Lemon brings the ball up the court for the Wolves. Gets down deep, almost turn over the ball. Lemon thought about a 3. He's kind of trapped on the baseline here.
Yeah, he's really dribbled himself into submission, and then we're going to get a timeout.
Timeout.
Just save him here.
Yeah, he was in trouble on the baseline there with nowhere to go. Nobody was coming to the ball either. So 6:08 to go here in the contest. Got a 1-point game. Got a good one going on here in Louisville. 95-94 Bulls leading the Wolves. We'll take a quick break. Come right back here on Netcast Sports.
Smiles Orthodontics, Netcast Sports Network, Champion Apparel, Sports Carolina Monthly. Don't forget, if you have time to support the Wolves tomorrow, they travel to Raleigh to take on the North Carolina Coyotes at 3:30 p.m. If you're in the area, the Wolves would love your support.
Back to action here. ECBL hoops. 95-94. The Bulls leading by 1. 3-point attempt, no good.
Shot clock was running down.
Stretch out ahead to Patterson. He's going to pull it out. He's leading all scorers with 30. Carr thought about it.
Draw, take to the basket.
He converts the layup.
97-94. Wolves need to be very careful here to get a good shot.
Great move inside by Scrivens. Oh, boy.
And another close range miss. Scrivens fights.
There we go. Boy, you get that many opportunities, eventually one's bound to fall.
Oh, my gosh. Scriven gets it to go down.
A good trap out at the top there. And a quick timeout by Rowan County to save the possession.
And there's a Bull still in the huddle for the Wolves for some reason. Just saying hello. How's everything going?
Yeah, the exchanging of pleasantries and greetings.
Walking through the neighborhood, just want to see how the wife and
Not
kids
sure
doing.
who that was.
Yeah, I was trying to catch a number there.
It looked like a 23. I don't think we have a 23 listed.
No. And he's done a couple things in this game.
March 15th to take on the Hickory Hoyas. And that should be an exciting game.
If I'm not mistaken, you said, Brett, that you'll be on the call tomorrow.
Yes.
The Wolves are going to be in action tomorrow in Raleigh, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yeah, they'll be in action in Raleigh. I will be on the call here on Netcast Sports in Cornelius for the Tribe, Charlotte Tribe, and the Carolina Showtime from Paisley Middle School.
So that should be a good matchup there as well. Meanwhile, business to attend to here. 97-96 is the score. The Bulls and the Wolves have been going back and forth all night long. Both teams have led. The Wolves have been down by as many as 13 in this contest. The Bulls have been down by as many as 10. Right now it's a 1-point game with 5 minutes to go.
Big moments down the stretch here.
Shot is missed. Bulls with the offensive rebound.
Carr
With the step back.
Carr's jumper is good.
It's a big-time shot.
It was. 99-96.
Get to the hot hand here. Chambers hadn't touched the ball in over 5 minutes.
Yeah, they haven't been able to get the ball to him. Bulls
Now turnover.
turn it over. Patterson's going to shoot. Oh, excuse me, not Patterson. Ricky Clemens.
Well, big rebound that time.
That
was turnover.
Stolen by the Wolves. Oh, boy. And right back by the Bulls. And Carr drives, contorts his body in the air, but no good.
Lemon on the rebound for the Wolves.
That was strong defense by Lemon that time to stay straight up and stay vertical. Nice pass.
And a dunk by Lemon. And the Wolves still in it, only down one.
There goes Patterson again. Back and forth we go.
Point layup.
Bulls move it back up to 3.
We'll start to slow things down a little bit now.
Patterson's got 32.
Scrimmage on the
Oh, baby!
Living for 3. And the pace is picked up here. Tie score, 101-101, 3:42 to go in this game. Who wants it more? Carr left alone behind the three-point line. He's going to take it and hit it.
Yeah, I can't leave that guy open.
Carr's heated up here in the second half. 104-101.
And Chambers has got the ball here again. See what he can do. Wow,
Nice
tough
move
shot.
with the English off the glass for Chambers.
Gonna see a little bit of half-court pressure now. Gonna try to set up a trap, maybe. On-ball defense gonna be the key here, trying to force turnovers.
Bulls clinging to a 1-point lead. Open lane and score.
Nice finish.
Ricky Clemens. 3-point lead now for the Bulls. Hagee tries to get to the paint himself.
Gets his own rebound.
Lemon drives.
Lemon to the hole.
Tough finish.
Towns with the rebound. He tries to put it up.
Oh, great defense.
Bulls get the rebound.
And now look out, here's an easy bucket.
Clemens with another bucket.
Ricky Clemens on the 2-point conversion.
Get a timeout here, I believe, for the Wolves.
108-103 is the score with 2:30 to go here in the game, and the Bulls have opened up a 5-point lead here, Brett. A frantic pace in this fourth quarter compared to where we were at the beginning of this contest. Both teams going back and forth. Got to wonder, though, if the Wolves have forgotten about Mike Chambers, who was
for sure.
hot for 3 quarters. He only has 2 points in this fourth quarter.
And they just came, a couple of moments ago. But does give Rowan County a lot of credit. Undermanned here this evening. They've played with tremendous poise and an admirable amount of stamina and conditioning at this point to stay in this game with pretty much the same 5 we've seen for most of the second half. Just a really, really nice job for this team, as undermanned as they are, to play as well as they have defensively and to rebound as well as they have today.
Yeah, I think they only have 7 or 8 actually in uniform today.
Yep.
Meanwhile, the Wolves came in here with like 15, 16 people
Yep.
in uniform. And the Wolves have shortened their rotation the second half, too. Coach
Yep.
Solomon's only really played 5 or 6 guys since they came back out of the locker room. So they've basically said, you get your 5, we get our 5, and we'll just go at it and see who comes out on top here. Now, the Wolves aren't out of it. They're down by 5, but they do have the ability to score in bunches with 2:26 to go here in this game. But the clock is not their friend right now.
Definitely, and trying to run that fist play that we talked about earlier on. There's Chambers again.
Wow, that one was off.
The Bulls get the rebound.
Bulls recover.
Of all the times to miss badly,
Yeah, that was kind of, he didn't look like he got squared up there on that shot.
now it looked like both his feet were kind of pointed to the opposite side of the basket that time, which is why you saw it go over the rim to the far side.
He's kind of been out of it ever since he got that technical foul at the end of the
Yeah,
third
it
quarter.
looks maybe to throw him out of his rhythm a bit mentally, and he's able to get the block there.
Yeah, blocked by Chambers, speaking of the double, and that's going to be
Clear. It should be clear pass,
should be.
as there were 3 Wolves ahead of the play with Towns.
Let's see what they call here.
There were no red shirts back.
I believe it was on Patterson.
And I think they're going to give it side out of bounds.
Foul number 2, Patterson.
It was on Patterson.
Robinson will take it out for the Wolves.
Well, Des, from our vantage point up here, it certainly looked like a clear path foul. There were no red shirts behind Towns.
No.
And there were 3 white shirts ahead, which definitively should have been a clear path foul.
So time running out here for the Wolves. Chambers has the ball at the top of the key. He's going to drive into the paint, kicks it out for
pass.
3.
Oh.
Thought about it, held on to it. Hagee's going to take a quick 8-footer.
That was not the right decision. You have an open 3 like that, especially with time dwindling down. You've got to take that shot.
Getting down to the last minute in this contest, the Wolves down by 5. They need a defensive stop here. Towns might have got a piece of that.
Big time bucket there. Now it's a 7-point game with a minute left.
110 to 103, less than a minute to go here in the game. Wolves need a 3 badly. Chambers has it. He's going to drive into the paint, and he gets fouled. Let's go stop the clock with 50.8 seconds to go.
It's exactly what the Wolves needed, is a couple of points here with the clock stopped, and then trying to get a foul on the inbounds.
Still got some time, but a couple of stops here for the Wolves to bring this game to a tie, but they're down by 7 after leading this game by as many as 10. This game was tied at 101 apiece just a couple of minutes ago.
It's been a game of runs, Des, whether it's been the Wolves or really Rowan County's counter-punching. It's been a punch-counter-punch affair here.
It really has the entire day. Chambers hits the second as well. Cuts the lead to 5. But again, time is not the Wolves' friend. Only 50.8 seconds to go.
Right, time is of the essence here, and well, you'd think with it being a more than one possession game here, you try and foul. Here comes a trap. And maybe force a turnover, not quite. Wow.
And there was some contact on that as well.
And Blackman on the layup.
So 112. Oh my goodness.
Quick bucket that time. You see the bounce out of Towns here a few times. If nothing else, he and Chambers, they've proved themselves as a couple of bright spots here.
Yeah, a lot of build with for the Wolves going forward after today. 112 to 107 with 32.2 seconds to go here. And Brett, I'm starting to think the Wolves may be running out of time here.
Yeah, time is of the essence here, certainly, Des. And you know, they almost forced that turnover there on that last possession, and that would have really been helpful as the lead was 5 at that point. You come back, get a bucket, you cut it to at least a 1-possession game, but now it stands at a 2-possession game here with half a minute to go.
For Sight Country Day, where they will be taking on the Hickory Hoyas on Sunday, March 15th. If you're not doing anything Sunday afternoon, please come out and support the Winston-Salem Wolves.
You can foul immediately here. Maybe not.
Trying to foul here.
There you go. Well,
actually,
steal works.
Chambers is going to get a layup here.
Now it's a 1-possession game.
Now, yes, we got interesting again.
22 seconds left of the game.
Shot clock should be off here, and one would think you try and foul. There you go.
Press.